Hello, users, and welcome to another episode of Above It All. And I'm going to do a few videos on Trump's little ego rally because it was really fucking funny and there's a lot of epic cringe from it. And one of my favorite things is making videos and then having MAGA boomers come into my fucking comment section and then call me like a freak and then say like, "Oh, Trump is better and try USA!" Like, I just love that shit. So if you're here to send me a good comment, please make it as long as you want. Tell me how I need therapy and how I need to see God. I would appreciate that. And without further ado, I've got this thread here from Aaron Ruper, who is one of the peak like anti-Trump resistance guys who loves to post all these cringe comps, and honestly I'm here for it. So I just want to talk today about how he treats protesters, specifically in Seattle, because there's a few mentions of that, and I haven't listened to all of this audio, so we're just going to go from here.
Our incredible success in rebuilding America stands in stark contrast to the extremism and destruction and violence of the radical left. We just saw it outside. You just saw it outside. You saw these thugs that came along. These people.
Just for reference, there were no thugs that came along. There was a counter-protest demonstration that had probably the same, if not double, the attendance rate. Turns out only about 6,000 people came to this rally, which, I know, again, if you've already left your comment telling me how I'm like a fucking snowflake liberal, post another one, please. I would love your comments on how only 6,000 people came out. I thought the coronavirus was fake. I thought all the Trumpers were going to be flying in from all over the place. Imagine actually flying in for this. Like, imagine like, oh boy, Trump's first rally. Let's go. Like, imagine like you saved your stimulus check for this moment, right? And there's like, oh, I can spend my stimulus check on going to Tulsa. And then you do, and then there's only like 6,000 people.
People call them protesters. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. No, they're so wonderful. They call them the Boston Tea Party. They're so wonderful. Yeah, they call them. You ever watch?
I don't know who's calling them the Boston Tea Party. I've not heard of that.
Fake news CNN. You ever watch where they go?
The fucking Space Force shirt, dude, I can't.
How about the CNN anchor? How about the CNN anchor? You know, did a little shave job in the head, which is fine. And he's standing in front of a building saying things are very peaceful here. And the building is...
I just want to... This has to be explicitly stated. Trump is the funniest president of all time. I do think that there will come a time where we look at these fucking, like, rallies and then just view them as stand-up shows. Like, you know, like, when I was 14 years old, I, like, reviewed every single one of George Carlin's stand-up specials, you know? And it's like, that was just a fun thing. I think there's gonna be 14-year-olds, they're gonna watch fucking Trump's stand-up specials. Like, the Tulsa, Oklahoma speech. Like, it's just like, this is literally, it's stand-up. Like, this is not... There's no content here. He's just crying and whining and then saying, protesters! They call them protesters! Am I right? And then everyone's like, boo! President Trump, USA! Boo! And then they said, CNN! Oh! Fake news! Oh! Like, these people are just like, you know how there's, like, seat warmers at, like, the fucking, like, Grammys or whatever, and they're paid to, like, clap or whatever and just fill the seat in case someone goes to the bathroom? Like, that's, like, Trump's audience, except you don't have to pay them. They're just naturally that stupid.
It looks like the biggest fire I've ever seen. The whole town is burning. It's like the biggest fire, and he said, things are very good here, Anderson. I think it's good. I think it's good.
Again, like, this is, like, such boomer shit. Like, this is, again, it's just like the way, and he does it perfectly. That's the thing that's really problematic here, is that Donald Trump is really fucking good at making boomers, like, just fall for his bullshit. But yeah, here's the more Seattle-specific stuff. Now, this is like, again, I haven't watched the entirety of these clips, but I have two clips here that seem to be directly in opposition with each other, and they took place, I don't know, 20 minutes apart.
And we did the same thing in other cities. But how about Seattle? Isn't that great? So they take over a big chunk of a city called Seattle. I mean, we're not talking about some little place.
I love this. A city called Like, again, it's like stand-up. This is a stand-up comedian that we are watching here.
About Seattle. Have you ever been to Seattle? They took over a big chunk, and the governor, who's radical left,
Again, the governor who's radical left, like Jay Inslee is like as hardcore of a fucking liberal as you can get, dude. That guy is totally not the radical fucking left. Even Seattle's occupied zone is barely fucking radical left anymore. It's been co-opted by fucking liberals like I've never even fucking seen before.
These places I talk about are Democrat. You know that. Every one of them. Every one of them.
Democrat. Yeah, but you know what's interesting, right? You are the president of the United States. So how come this is all happening under your watch? Think about that.
I have an offer out. I said, anytime you want, we'll come in, we'll straighten it out in 1 hour or less. Now, I may be wrong, but it's probably better for us to just watch that disaster.
Again, like if again, you have to understand this. If you rightfully understand that Trump is a fucking loser, you have to understand that this is why he's been crying on Twitter for so long since coronavirus. This is what he's missed. He is a stand-up fucking comedian. That's what he is. Except he's in the White, and he also gets like audiences, like only 6,000 people. Like I feel like that's how many YouTube subscribers I have. I literally just got 6,200 YouTube subscribers this week or last week because it's Sunday. So this guy's entire fucking thing is my YouTube subscriber base. Like I could theoretically, you know, I've had my YouTube channel for 10 years, so I'm sure there's a lot of subscribers that lost their accounts 9 years ago. But, you know, theoretically, I have the same following as the president of the United States. I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, this is like the big show. Like, this is like the fucking reunion tour. Like, show number 1. You want to go to the show. And there's only 6,000 people. But again, that's the thing is, like, those 6,000 people are loyal followers. Like, they will literally, like, if President Trump said to, like, lick my taint and then fucking kiss your fucking daughter, they would do it because they're fucking that fucking crazy about this guy. I love these fucking pan shots of just like everyone's like this, like, again, I will never forgive liberals for what they did in the primary, but like Bernie Sanders was netting like fucking 20,000 people, 30,000 people in some of these fucking stadiums. Like, oh man, that just makes me depressed. Anyway, is there any more of this?
I flew in with some of our great congressmen who we're going to introduce in a second, and I said to him, Congressman, what do you think? I can straighten it out fast. Should we just go in? No, sir. Let it simmer for a little while. Let people see what radical left Democrats will do to our country.
So he just said to let them, you know, it's probably better to just watch it happen. And then 20 minutes later,
control of 6 city blocks to an anarchist map. These are anarchists. These are not protesters. You listen to the fake news.
The thing that's funny about this is CHAZ started out as an anarchist zone, and then it kind of turned into like more of a liberalized version. So with that being in mind, please understand.
They say, oh, the protesters were lovely. Could you imagine if people just even slightly to the right tried to take over Seattle?
That's literally exactly what did happen. So again, like, that's the thing. That's the thing about this, is that it's literally fan fiction that Donald Trump is spinning. He's literally spinning fan fiction. Like, that's literally what happened, and he's acting like, oh, hypothetically, that would never happen. Like, but that's literally what happened.
They'd have machine guns out to get him. But these people can take over the city. Look at what they've done to business people that have spent years and years building their business, and now they're wiped out. Take it away.
And now they're wiped out! I wonder if your awful $3 trillion money printing fucking disaster had anything to do with that didn't go to small businesses whatsoever during the pandemic. I wonder.
Governor Inslee ought to get his act together, get in there. I'll help you. I'll do whatever you want. I'm waiting for a call. I would love to do it. I would love to do it.
Again, the idea that, like, the president is just saying, yeah, murdering thousands of people at the military, I would love to do it. Believe me, many people, they tell me to do it. I think, I'll wait, but I would love to do it. My finger's on the trigger, believe me. But many people, they tell me if I do it, then I do it. And if I don't do it, then I don't do it. And I would like to do it. So let me know, call me up and tell me to do it. And then I'll do it, believe me. It's tremendous.
It'll take less than an hour, and it'll all be over with, and you'll have your city back.
Look at these geeks. Look at these fucking geeks. Like, these people just like there's like, everyone else is like, wow, I'm watching President Trump. And then this guy's like, it's like, dude, what a bunch of fucking losers.
Remained silent in his basement in the face of this brutal assault.
Anyway, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna do a few more videos from this stand-up show that Trump did, and there's a lot of comedy here.